I cannot believe I'm about to make this video. What could it be? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome aboard. My name's Alexandra, for those of you who are new and never seen me before. Anyways, today is a very different video for me, to say the least. So basically, if you guys have been watching me, I guess for a while, you guys would know I've been through a lot in my life since I started this channel. And I cannot believe I'm about to say this. But basically today, I will tell you guys where my life is today is not where it was when I first made this channel. So basically, when I first started this channel, you know, I was a single 16-year-old about to be a sophomore in high school, so I was about to be in 10th grade. If anyone doesn't know what sophomore means, it's either a sophomore, you're in either 10th grade or you are in your second year, going into your second year of college if you decide to go. For me, I was about to go into my second year of high school. So I basically, prior to that, before I even started making videos, I was actually in a relationship with a guy, but we broke up back in April of 2014. We are currently, actually at this point, we are good friends with each other, and otherwise we're in good shape. But fast forward, you know, this was now about a little over 3 months, well, almost 3 months later, you know, we were still on good terms and everything. But out of nowhere one night, you know, back in July of 2014, I was a 16-year-old girl, thought making this channel, uploading a video onto this channel would be a very cool idea. So I thought it would be fun. So I started making videos. So from there, from time to time, when I felt like a video idea, I would come up with the idea and put it right here on this channel. So basically, for the next, you know, few years, I kept making videos from time to time. But basically, if you guys had watched me from 2015, basically I started to tell you guys, I think it was around 2015 or early 2016. I think it was early 2016, I'm pretty sure. Basically, I told you guys I had a boyfriend, and basically I was happy, you know, we hit it off pretty good. We basically stayed together for about 3.5 years, and after that we basically went our different ways. We broke up, and I, after that, basically, you know, hoped for the best. But I also, same thing with my first boyfriend, I always hoped for the best for him. I always hoped for the best for all my exes. Still to this day, I actually say that about all of my exes. But if you also don't know, I am now married. But here's the rundown. So before I got married, I knew if I ever ran to any of my exes, how would I feel about it? You know, did I ever feel like I was going to feel the same way like I did with my now husband, or did I feel anything different? Like my feelings, basically. Well, today, I ran into one of my ex-boyfriends. I'm not going to say names because personally I'm keeping their names, you know, private. And I'm just going to say it this way. I was shocked, for one. And two, my anxiety was up there. It was probably like here. Probably higher, but it was still there. basically, I was at work. I was actually getting ready to start my afternoon shift, but I didn't start yet. But basically, if you guys are new and also don't know, I am a school bus monitor for middle school and elementary kids. So I basically today was doing, actually I was doing high school, middle school, and elementary school today. So I did all 3 schools today. They're all, in my town anyway, at least at the part of town I was in, all the schools are separate from each other. They're not all in one building. Well, my driver who I was with, I was riding with him and his monitor. So I'm better known as a spare monitor. So basically they're going to be rotating me around, different buses, and I'll go in different parts of town and go from there. But like I said before, I ran into my ex, not ran into like running right into him. I mean, like, I saw him. Like, I saw his car, and I literally saw him coming out of his car, and I literally thought, should I say something? We haven't spoken, I'm not gonna lie, we haven't spoken to each other in a while, and I honestly, at this point, I wasn't even sure if he was even gonna answer me. To be completely honest, I thought he was just gonna totally ignore me. I don't know why my instincts were thinking that, but I also felt like, is it right for me to talk to him? Or is it... I know. Lost for words, right? Believe me. I know. But eventually, I got the courage to say something. I actually had the words to say something. And it was nothing rude, I promise. It was all appropriate, because obviously I was working, and I hope, like I said a few minutes ago, I said I would always be very honest and very respectful to all my exes. I would never disrespect them in any way, shape, or form. Absolutely not. That's not how I roll. I have always said this for any of my exes, any of my ex-boyfriends, whether they want me in their life or not. I always want what's best for them, and hoping they're happy with whatever they're doing in their life. And like I mentioned before, I've only had one ex I've only spoken with. My other 2 exes, I've not spoken with them at all. One of them, actually, I haven't spoken with in about maybe 5 years, maybe. The other one, it's probably been a little less, honestly. I think it was around the time when my son Logan was like a baby. So that was about like I said, a little over 4 years ago. Not exactly 4.5 years, but a little over 4 years. We'll put it that way. It was definitely a little after Logan was born. But since then, I think that was pretty much the last time we may have communicated. I could be wrong now. But back to what I was saying before. When I saw him, I was actually pleasantly surprised how we spoke with each other. Like, we both were calm, we both were polite, and honestly, it was very, in a way, it was a bit shocking, because like I said, I didn't know how he was going to react to me. I didn't know if he was going to start, like, ignoring me, or anything else. I personally did not know what was going on. I'm putting it flat out on the table. I had no idea what was about to happen. But to my surprise, we actually were okay. We talked, we had an interesting conversation, I'll just say it that way. And if anyone's wondering, does my husband know all about this stuff, about my exes? My husband is completely, respectfully okay with me talking to my exes. Because he always told me, if your exes treated you with respect, I'm okay with how you talk to them. He is not very against my exes. He only knows one of my exes. I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 of my exes. My last one, no, he doesn't even know him at all. He knows things about him. but he's never met him personally. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash anybody out. I'm not saying anything rude or anything negative. I'll put it that way. Nothing negative. But personally, like I said before, it just took me by surprise that I saw my one ex. And personally, after seeing him today, I will be very honest. It was actually nice seeing him because, you know, he knows I have a child, and I know I'm sure he still wants me to be happy, of course. I can't promise that I will talk to him every day because honestly, I may not see him every day. You know, I work 5 days a week. I don't know what his work schedule is like. I don't know. I know he was out, you know, he has a job just like I do. Not the same job, but we both obviously have careers. But our lives are totally different from one another. I have a child, as far as I know. He doesn't have any kids. As far as I also know, he's not, you know, he may be seeing somebody, but did I ask? No, because that's not my business unless he wanted to know, unless he wanted to tell me. That's perfectly fine, but I'm not going to go asking him because that's, like I said, it's not my business to share. But if he wanted to share it with me, I'd be happy for him. I would hope that he's happy with how it's going and everything. And I'm hoping that his life in general is going great for him because that's what I want for him, is to be happy. And I'm hoping he's doing very good. Seemed like when I talked to him today, it seemed like his life is going good. So that's great. And I am happy to hear that, to be completely honest. Now, to be completely honest, after I told my husband all this, my husband was actually very happy to hear that my ex and I did have a good talk, because he knows how my ex and I haven't spoken in a while. But he's happy to hear that maybe we are still friends. I really don't know. Like I said, my first boyfriend and I, we're still good friends. We don't talk as much because, you know, he's busy with his career, I'm busy with my job, and then my other stuff in my life, you know, I come home every day from the days I do work. I come home still a mom, still a wife, so my life is totally in that field. So, basically, yes. So after today and seeing my ex, I will be completely honest. Will I hope I see him again? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I know he does videos here on YouTube as well. I will be completely honest. He does. And I actually know his videos are great. He's very, you know, ambitious. He's very creative. And he does really great videos, I will say. He does really good videos. I know he loves video games. I love video games, but I don't really play the video games he plays, personally. I play something totally not his thing. That's all on him, but it's still very, very interesting. To me, it's very, very interesting because back when I was with him, everything I saw that he did, even to this day, is creative. I will say it is creative. I can't say anything bad. I'll put it that way. But I can say it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So honestly, I mean, if he were to see this video, I don't know, because I honestly don't even know personally if he's even subscribed to my channel. I have no idea. If he is, then cool, but if not, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. It's fine. It's totally fine. At the end of the day, the main purpose of this video was how I felt about seeing him today. I got a little anxious. I did get anxious. I will admit it. I did get anxious because I'm thinking, crap, what the heck is going to happen next? Like, is he going to say anything to me, or is he just going to ignore me? Like I said, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to be ignored or anything. It just was just surprising to me that he actually did respond in a kindly manner to me, which I really did appreciate that, because I just, you know, my only hope was that I just didn't make him uncomfortable or you know, embarrass, you know, I didn't do anything, like, obviously embarrassing, but I just didn't want to make him, like, uncomfortable or anything like that, personally. But anyways, basically, at the end of the day, I just hope he's happy, what his life is like now, and what he's up to. You know, I know he's working, I know he's hopefully happy with his career, and everything else in his life. I hope he's doing well otherwise. I mean, we didn't talk a whole lot because obviously he had to work, I had to work, but after my shift today, I actually had to go down to his job, actually, because I wanted to, you know, go get a couple things, and, I don't know, at first I was like, do I really want to go back over there? But at the same time, I'm like, we'll see how it goes. So I went back over there after I got out of work today, and I could tell he was happy. It looked like he was happy to see me. I can't guarantee, like I said, I'm going to see him on a daily basis because I only work during the weekdays. I don't know his work schedule otherwise. I didn't ask that because, like I said, if he ever wants to tell me that, that's totally up to him. I'm not going to try to get in his life too much because, you know, I don't want to get too personal in his life because, you know, that's his life. If he wants to share it with me, he can certainly share it. But otherwise, you know, that can be totally up to him. I'm not going to pressure him in any sense or ask anything like that because personally for me, I mean, I think he kind of clearly knows what I would do for work because I was wearing my work vest. Because I wear a vest to work with the company I work for. So he probably clearly knew what I do work for. But anyways, I know this video has been all over the place today. I'm sorry, but it was a lot. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. But anyways, what a day it's been. It's been a day, that's for sure. But it's getting late. I actually have work in the morning, so I just want to make this quick video before I hit the hay. So, but anyways, I hope you guys found this video interesting. Maybe. But if you like this video, sorry, that was my sign. I have a sign on my desk and I knocked it down. I just picked it up. Okay, anywho, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, I hope you did. If you want to see more videos, I guess, like this in the future, just stay tuned. Again, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your night or day, whatever time it is you're watching this. Follow me on my links that are down in the description box or always at the end of my videos. Thanks for watching, and if you guys don't know what my social medias are, I will tell them to you here, and then you'll see them at the end of my video and also down in my description box. And you can follow me on my social media so you can see what my life is like when I do not upload here on my channel. They are Instagram, Threads, and Snapchat. So my usernames for that will be at the end of the video and also down in the description. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!